By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to use your power meter to get faster on the bike, and I'm also going to share sample workouts that you can use in your own training. Let's hack into it. First of all, if you like this type of content, don't forget to hit subscribe because I put out weekly videos. Let's get into power-based training. I'm going to make this as basic as possible.
Why don't you explain this to me like I'm 5?
I'm not a coach, I'm not a sports scientist, so I'm not going to get into the weeds about all the science. How does a power meter work? How do you actually effectively use it? The first step in understanding how to even use a power meter is to understand power zones. We have 7 different power training zones. Zone 1 is the easiest zone. That's your active recovery zone. You train only in this zone when you're doing a recovery ride. It's basically like you're going for a walk, you're just doing it on the bike. Super light, super chill. Zone 2 is your endurance zone, and it's your foundation of all aerobic fitness. To give you an example of how important Zone 2 is, professionals like Tour de France riders and guys who are doing the World Tour, they train in Zone 2 for about 20 hours plus per week, just in Zone 2. And then they do interval work. This is where you really do start to make those important long-term adaptations on the bike. And then we come to Zone 3. Zone 3 is your tempo zone. That's what starts to get a little bit more strenuous. You can still stay there for a long period of time. But if you just train in tempo, it's kind of known as no man's land. So you have to be careful. So there's a place for it, but you don't want to just stay there. So now we come to Zone 4. Zone 4 is lactate threshold or functional threshold power. It's the max power you can hold for 1 hour. The FTP is that benchmark or that measurement that we use to measure all of the other training zones. So everything below it is a lower percentage and everything above it is a higher percentage. Now we have Zone 5 or your VO2 max. This is where your body is consuming oxygen at its highest capacity. You can't take any more oxygen than you do at your VO2 max. Anything beyond that, you just can't take in more oxygen. Anything below that, you're taking in less oxygen. Zone 6. This is your anaerobic power zone. It's the maximum power your muscles can sustain without the presence of oxygen. This is kind of like your 1-minute power. And finally, Zone 7. This is your neuromuscular power. It's literally how fast your brain and your muscles can communicate the message to move. How fast can you turn over the pedals and how much power can you put out? This is pure fast twitch capacity. The way the body works, it's not like you're in one zone, 2 zone, 3 zone. Your body doesn't work like that. It's a continuum. The only way to know which energy systems you're training in is to train with a power meter. Those numbers correspond with our energy systems in our body. So you need to make sure you're training in that specific zone in order to make that specific adaptation so you can get faster on the bike. And everyone's goals are different. Now everyone's gonna hit all of those zones at some point, right? Even let's take triathlon. At some point they're gonna be hitting VO2 and anaerobic, right? But most of their training is gonna be focused on aerobic engine building, on doing steady state long efforts. But a crit racer, they're gonna have different goals. They're gonna wanna have that anaerobic or that neuromuscular power and that repeatability. They want to be able to burst and attack the field and drop everyone behind them. Now that we have a common language or a common training vernacular, let's talk about how to implement this stuff into a structured training program. Let's look at some actual workouts and how we can actually put some skin on this. Do you like that? Threw in vernacular. It's a big word. So Zone 1, 45-minute or 60-minute spin, Zone 1. That's about 55% or less of your FTP. So go out, have fun for 45 or 60 minutes. Zone 2, you're gonna warm up for 20 minutes at low Zone 2 and then just spin whatever you got. An hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours at Zone 2. Zone 3 is where I throw a little more structure at you. We have tempo over-unders. So you have a 20-minute warm up, low Zone 2. Now we have 4 10-minute efforts at tempo with 5 minutes of recovery in between. 10 minutes at tempo, 5 minutes at endurance. 10 minutes Zone 3, 5 minutes Zone 2. Now we have Zone 4. Now the Zone 4 workout is basically the same structure as your tempo workout. You're gonna warm up for 20 minutes at Zone 2, followed by 4 10-minute efforts at threshold with 5 minutes of recovery in between. And then you're gonna cool down at Zone 1 for 10 minutes. All right, so Zone 5, this is your VO2 max workout. It's gonna be 6 by 3-minute efforts at VO2. Start with a 20-minute warm-up at Zone 2, and then you're gonna do 6 3-minute efforts at VO2 with 4 minutes of recovery in between. Now, we do more recovery for VO2 because you need more time to actually recover that energy system before you do your next effort. Then after you do your 6 efforts, do a 10 or 20-minute cool down at Zone 1. All right, now we have Zone 6 or anaerobic. This is gonna be your 30-30 workout. This workout sucks. You're gonna do 3 sets of 5 30-30s. All right, I'll explain it. First, we start with a 20-minute warm-up. Then we're gonna do 3 sets of 5 reps of 30-30s. 30 seconds high intensity, basically as hard as you can do for 30 seconds, and then rest. I need you to do that 5 times. Then you're gonna recover for 10 minutes at zone 1. We really want to encourage the muscles to recover for your next 2 sets. All right, so 30-30s, 10 minutes recovery, 30-30s, 10 minutes of recovery, 30-30s. Make sense? And then you finish out the workout, just a 10-minute cool down, zone 1. This workout will make you puke when you first start, but it's gonna build a lot of fitness. All right, now we come to the sprint workout. This is zone 7. You're gonna do a 20-minute warm up, then you're gonna do 4 sprint efforts at 12 seconds apiece with 2 minutes rest in between. All right, so 12 seconds, all out, everything you got, then recover at zone 1 for 2 minutes, then you're gonna do that 3 more times. All right, in between each set, 10 minutes of recovery at zone 1. We really want to encourage the muscles to fully recover so we can go as deep as possible for all those sets. And at the very end, 10-minute cool down, zone 1. So that's how you can use a power meter to get faster on the bike. I hope this helps you guys. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to clarify anything that I missed. And if you have any issues, if I got something wrong, this isn't about being perfect. This is about sharing information. It's about getting better together. All right? Until next time, Butcher out.